What's going on, you guys? Back with another quick video. I'm going to try to make this quick. I want to talk about something that can be quite confusing, or something that is not confusing at all if you know the difference between the two. And that is a narcissist compared to a dismissive avoidant. A while back, I was doing a series of videos on dismissive avoidant. For some reason, I felt the need to get into it and kind of explain the topic, for those of you who might be interested in that, to just kind of get away from the whole narc talk for a while. But I always find myself back to the narc talk because both of those disorders, if you want to call a DA a disorder, because I don't look at it as a severe personality disorder like you would a covert narcissist. So, or any, narcissistic category. But what I want to talk about is, why don't they ever reach out first? And that goes to both of them. And when it comes to a narcissist, we know that narcissists love to be in control. They have to have power. And it's all about a mind game with them. But if they feel like they can control you based off how you see things and how you feel about them, then they're going to use that to the fullest. There's no limit to what a narcissist will do to always have control over someone, even if they mess with their head enough to think a certain way and to think of the narc as a certain way, see them in a certain light. And we all know that the narcissist doesn't feel that way, but they need you to believe them. That's their number one goal, is to get people to see them for who they're not. So when it comes to, in comparison to a DA, a dismissive avoidant, a dismissive avoidant can be someone who really doesn't know that they're being that way. And they can be like, it's so many categories to break down within that alone, and it sounds so similar to, NPD, but it really is different, because a dismissive avoidant, again, they may not be aware that they're hurting someone. That may be the only way they know how to navigate through life and how to deal with people in order to create a safe environment for themselves, a place of protection, because of things in the past that has let them down or hurt them. So now they just kind of like put a shell over them, and they go back into their comfort zone to where they don't really have to deal with chaos. When things get a little chaotic for them, they really can handle that without, just crashing, without balling up and just completely disappearing. Whereas a narcissist, they're all for it. They're ready for the fight. They'll go back and forth with you toe to toe at any moment. And it only gets worse with the narcissist because, of course, we know that they do not fight fair. They hit below the belt and they get a kick out of it. They don't mind hurting you. They figure if you're going to go along with them, then you can handle it, and that gives them a challenge. And, of course, we know narcissists are very competitive. They love to be the winner, and it doesn't matter how they win as long as they win, even if it hurts you. They don't care. Now, again, with a dismissive avoidant, they'll rather avoid confrontation, arguments, and things that you might say to them that really hurt them, because they've been affected for so long with things in the past and they never really deal with it. So they feel more comfortable just not dealing with it at all. That's why they are avoiding you. They dismiss a lot of the things that they should confront. But in their mind, they're thinking that maybe this makes them a troublemaker. Maybe they don't understand necessary fights or necessary arguments or necessary discussions. They rather just blow it off and go on with their life. And they'll go in the shell in a minute and don't come back out until they feel they need to. And they'll go right back in the shell if they feel like they have to approach the same old thing when they come out again. So that's how it is when you're dealing with the DA. I deal with people like that before. Again, it just makes you feel safe when you don't have to explain yourself, or either when you don't quite understand something that you should understand, to keep from jumping to conclusions and thinking the worst all the time. Or if you're a very sensitive DA, you take everything to heart. You don't know how to handle constructive criticism. Again, they do everything they can to protect themselves. And not so much their feelings, because there's some very tough DAs, tougher than some narcissists or any other person. But that's just the way they get along. And that's just how they handle themselves pretty well like that. Now, how it affects other people is when they become unavailable, when you need to put them to the test to see, okay, we're in a relationship together. Our communication should be on point. We're too far into this thing to where I always have to reach out to you first. And a DA, they don't mind letting it go for as long as you let it go if it comes to silence. And I hate that awkward moment of non-communication in a relationship. Like, why is this happening? And it's because a lot of times they get in their feelings and they may think that you're not considering their feelings. So now that they're comfortable enough with you and things are going good, with the DA, they want things to just keep going that way. Same thing with the narcissist. They don't want things to change. But a narcissist, where they're different from a DA, is where they want to control it, and they'll do what they can to gain that control over you and over the situation, even if that means creating false narratives, just lying. To where a DA just become avoidant, they'll disappear, and you may feel like they're giving me the silent treatment. But when the silence break and you're finally talking to the DA again, they may say things like, well, I thought you stopped talking to me. But notice during that period of silence between the two of you, they're not doing malicious things to get a reaction and force a response, to break no contact, So whereas a lot of times when there is silence with the narcissist, they caused it. They use it as a punishment, And so, yeah, they're waiting on you to reach back out to them first because they know you're going to do it. That's what they're used to. And with the DA, they may be waiting for you as well to reach out first, but not because, they want to feel the power they have over you. Like, they don't stroke their egos in a way. They may seem like it to people, but trust me, I know the difference. I deal with both, and both kind. And I see where it differs from the other, to where you don't feel like you may be filling the void of, you're just not talking to a person on a regular anymore, especially if you're in a relationship with them. Like, how are we going to make this work if you don't live together and there's no communication? With them, they may not even be good on the phone. With the DA, they may not be good phone, people. A lot of people don't like to be on the phone. They may rather communicate better through text messaging or very small talk over the phone, but not often. Whereas with the narcissist, they got to control the times they speak to you. They don't want things to change. They want you to keep giving them the same old treatment that serves their needs so that they feel good and important. So don't take that away from them. Whereas with the DA, if they feel like there's a change, then they're just like, oh, well. And then it could have a lot to do with low self-esteem with the DA. They can be taking it that way because they don't feel deserving of someone, to love, or someone who loves them. They may not feel like they deserve it. So they don't feel the need to reach out first, or you may say run behind you, you know. But at the same time, if they feel like you're the one who normally reaches back out first after the awkward, silence, you know, then they're just going to let it run its course and just wait for that moment when you call them, and then everything's back on track like nothing ever happened. And as strange and as odd as it sounds and the way it is, it happens like that with a DA. And a lot of times you have to choose now, okay, this is who they are. You could explain yourself until you're blue in the face to a DA that don't take it personal. If you're not hearing from me, I'm super busy at the moment, but it's okay to reach out and check on me. Don't jump to conclusions. I'm not avoiding you. I'm not giving you the silent treatment. I'm not acting funny with you. I'm busy. And I'm so busy I can't pick up the phone, or I'm not thinking that while we're not speaking, you're taking it that way. Don't ever take it that way. You could tell them that till they blow in the face. They're still gonna feel that way. And it's like you're constantly babysitting someone or trying to get them to see that it don't have to be that way, or change them. And you can't change anybody. A person, they have to want the change for themselves, and they have to see where they're the problem in the situation in order to change it. No hope at all. Don't even try. Don't waste your breath. Don't waste your time and energy, because it's not going to happen. And also the difference between a narc and a DA, when they jump to conclusions, take things the wrong way, the narcissists already know what they're doing. And they already know how you're going to react. They know how you feel while they're not talking. They started the no contact. They started the silent treatment. So, that is the reason why they never reach out first. And that's the difference between the two. So you can't be like anyone who ever just goes silent with you, or if you feel like they've gone silent, dang, we haven't talked since the night before last, and we normally talk all day, every day. But when I fell asleep on the phone, I was like, if I fall asleep and I get back up, if it's not too late, I'll call you back. You know that a DA will hold you to that. A narcissist will too. But when you don't call the DA back, you have hurt their feelings so bad, they don't even know how to deal with you right now. Most of them. You hurt them so bad, they just feel like it's rejection. Like, where'd you get that from? We're good. It's okay to reach out to me if I haven't reached out to you first. A narc, they already know it's not that serious. They just want you to think that it is, and that they're taking it that way, and now they can punish you from that. I haven't heard from you, so I'm going to punish you for a while until you get it right. They just sick and crazy in the head, and it's like, you don't run nothing. You don't control anyone. You don't even control yourself. You have zero self-control. So how are you going to control anyone else? Whereas a DA will just sit back and wait until you reach back out to them first. And that's why it always seems that way. And if you're dealing with a narcissist who always just let it go as long as you do until you reach back out first, then you need to know that maybe that's not someone you want to deal with on a regular or at all. I mean, you should never want to deal with a narcissist. But if you notice a pattern that you never hear from a person unless you reach out to them first, maybe it's time for you to reevaluate your situation with them and just say, is it even worth it to even think about that much? Should I reach back out to them, or just don't wait till you hear from them? Sometimes it's always good to know if you're just as important to a person as they are to you, And there's nothing wrong with holding out and feeling that way. deserve it and you owe it to yourself, and it's a self-respect thing. And it's a respect thing that should come from them as well. We know you're not going to get respect from a narcissist. Again, lost cause, don't even think about it. Just let that go. Don't even deal with it. Don't look forward to anything different, because you're not going to get anything different with the narc. With the DA, it is a little hope, but it depends on if they see the error in the way they think and if they want to change the way they see things, feel, and communicate. So that concludes this video. I don't know why I need to get that off my chest, and it just flowed so smooth. Well, normally I'm just all over the place trying to explain. And it's been on my mind to talk about this. And so there y'all have it. Thank y'all for watching. Leave your thoughts down below. Like, share, subscribe. And check out the shorts. And thank y'all for watching the shorts. You know, I really see a difference in the numbers with the shorts. I should have been taking folks' advice about the shorts. And I like it. I don't feel so pressured to have to do long videos. You know, finding myself just kind of like rambling and all over the place a lot. So anyway, that ends this video. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.